WVU School Social Work presents Getting Your MSW Degree Online. Hi, my name's Chloe McCorsky, and I'm here with Abby Farris, an MSW Online student, and we're going to be asking her a few questions about her experience. So first, Abby, why did you decide to get your MSW?
I chose the MSW program because I really loved the tenets of social work. So, coming from that empowerment-based lens for the most vulnerable population, to really advocate for them and walk alongside them to empower them to find whatever their healing journey looked like or whatever it looked like for them to have that optimal daily functioning in life and support their vision for what they wanted a happy and healthy life to look like.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. For the second question, what accomplishment in the MSW program are you the most proud of?
So throughout the different classes, I feel like I've learned a lot and had the opportunity to do a lot of different things within the program. One of the things that really stood out to me is one of the courses in Social Work 541 really focuses on that macro level social work and going out to the community and impacting the communities in which we're in, which is really cool with the online program because we got to hear a lot about a lot of different communities and really on that diversity factor. So within our state, the statistically 1 in 10 children will be sexually abused by the time of their 18th birthday. So for that reason, I really wanted to focus on something that would be sustainable past my time in just that one social work course. So for that reason, I partnered with a local coalition in one of our nearby counties, and then also partnered with the local elementary school. And so collaboratively, we decided that the best course of my time in the project and that would have the most impact long term would be to create a social emotional learning library that also had body safety concepts in it as well. So that looked a little bit differently. It was an elementary school, so we wanted to make sure that the resources in there were developmentally appropriate, that they had all different types of resources. So for all the different learning types, so we wanted tactile things in there. We wanted stories for those that learn by listening. We wanted posters for the ones that learn by just seeing. We wanted activities that they could do so that they could have that hands-on learning experience. And we also wanted to make sure that we are using evidence-informed and evidence-based products. So we consulted all different types of research. We pulled what would be the most effective, and we built a lot of different opportunities for the teachers to use and decided to house that in a central location within the school. Then, in addition, every single teacher received posters that were designed around the concept so that they could have them in their classrooms, and that was enough for every single teacher and every single aide in the school. And then, additionally, we gave them a catalog of everything that was in the resource library because we know that teachers had a ton of stuff to do and we didn't want to add another thing to their to-do list on top of lesson planning, on top of taking care of the children, on top of getting everything ready for their school day. So they had that list there, and in that list, they also had additional virtual resources they could use. So whether that was a short video or a short walking them through an activity, and we also linked them back with local resources so that if a kid maybe came with food insecurity or they came and had a disclosure of childhood sexual abuse, that they felt confident of, okay, I know how I'm going to respond to this, and if I don't, I know the right people to get in contact with. So the way that we raised funding for this was we asked local businesses. We also, the coalition that I partnered with also made a donation from their own funding and then agreed to monitor it long term so that if more funding became available, we could buy more resources, that the school had a contact person they could reach back out to. And then we worked alongside their communities and school workers in the county to be able to implement and roll out those materials for the teachers, which has been probably my favorite project because I got to see all the different aspects from beginning to end.
It's absolutely amazing. I hope that is something that can be seen in more counties and more schools across, I don't know, the state, the country. I don't know. That's great. For our next question, what would you tell prospective students about the social work field slash MSW program in general?
So being an online student, I think I had some concerns going in, which I think can be really normal when we're saying, okay, we want to go get an advanced degree. We know this is where our passion lies. What's the best way to get that education? So for me personally, going into an online program, I was nervous that it wouldn't be as fulfilling, or that I wouldn't have as much of the learning materials to be able to go out and practice with confidence and knowing, okay, I have these competencies met and I understand what I'm talking about. And so I think if that's kind of the same boat that other prospective students are in, that one of my favorite things that once I was in the program is how much the online faculty really work to make it a quality education still, that they're still meeting with us one-on-one, that I still know my professors and they still know me, that we're talking, we're having Zoom meetings, that they're saying, reach out for additional support. If you want to learn more about this, let me know and we'll pull those resources, that they're making us and helping us connect with other folks in our cohort. So I know other students on the online program that we have a Facebook group and we're helping each other catch up, or saying, oh, hey, I have this resource if you need help with it. So still having that community connection that I was worried that I would lose being on an online program, that I think the whole school social work has really thoughtfully and intentionally made to make sure that community still translates to the online program.
So much for sharing. I'm glad you had such a positive experience.
Thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity to talk more about the MSW online program at WVU.
Of course, thanks for coming. If you're interested in learning more about the social work program, you can check out our website. It's socialwork.wvu.edu. And if you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.